Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. One of my favorites are here in the house, Richard Wakim. I love it when he comes by. I spend a lot of time talking about you to other people in business because I think as a CEO, you bring so much passion. And all of our conversations, whenever you and I chat, are about your customers. And your customers are those of Brilliant Energy. That's brilliantenergy.com. And you just bring a different flair and a different attitude towards business that I think should be contagious in business culture today and should be the kind of thing that if other business owners embraced, they wouldn't know what to do with all the business they were getting. So I'm very passionate about what you do, and I'm very glad we get to share your story to our audience.
Good morning, Kevin. I appreciate the compliments. That's certainly an emotional chord that you hit with us. We as a company are old-fashioned in the fact that we care about each and every single customer, one customer at a time. We're not all about acquiring market share. We truly extend our hearts out to make sure the customers are taken care of. By the way, I hope you're enjoying these cooler mornings in the last few days in Houston.
I think I brought him back from Minnesota when I was on vacation last week. So
wonderful.
Finally, I brought something good from a place I went to.
Wonderful. I'm glad. What I wanted to shed a little light on this morning is that with school back in session today and we're back to our normal lives, I'd like to reach out to the public and remind them of the significance of being informed and staying informed and demanding the results they expect from their purchases of products and signups for services with any company that they work with. Questions that I usually throw at my friends who are looking for any kind of service are questions that we may already be asking, but one of them would be, how do I, as a customer, benefit from paying X company for my power? What intrinsic value do they offer me besides electricity? I mean, let's face it, electricity is electricity. Lights will always remain. But how does this company connect with me? Is there an added value? Are they helping a consumer segment or a community segment that I truly care about? I would do my homework, look at their website, look at other internet articles to see if they extend value in that regard. Another question that I recommend people ask is my electric company transparent and upfront on the terms of their offerings? Is there fine print? I would recommend to call these companies, get clarification. And if you can't get clarification, you get waffling answers, stay away. Look for another avenue. Just another simple question that I recommend that we ask all the time is, does my electric company keep good record of my history with them? If I use their service for a year, go away somewhere else and come back to them, can I reconnect easily with them? Do they know what my preferences from the past were? Would they capitalize on that? Would they show me that they truly care about me as a person, not just an additional number in their database of customers?
Mm-hmm.
So these are truly basic questions that a lot of consumers may be asking, but I'd like to remind them to ask these questions to get a better feel. It's all about the journey that they spend with a retail electricity provider or any other company they sign up for service with.
Yeah, and I would say as someone who's a very, very diligent consumer myself, I do a lot of research before I buy anything, maybe arguably too much. But I would say translate these principles into whichever vendor you're using or whatever utility you're using. Translate these same principles because these are very timely, very wise, very sage principles.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, they are. We stay on top of these principles. We stick to the basics on a daily basis. What makes a customer happy with their experience? Is it the systems that our company provides or any other company provides? That could be part of the answer. But we know that the systems alone can't provide that journey, that customer experience. We understand that the people talent, the people that truly care about these customers is what makes us happen. We go through major rigorous process to attract the right talent, hiring the right people for the culture that we'd like to create and the feeling that the customer is owed actually by our companies for the actual expense that they incur with us. We look for people that have the right attitude, not solely skills, people that are generous, people with grateful hearts, people that can actually take the responsibility and ownership. You see, you can teach anybody, almost anybody, the systems or the processes that we operate in order to conduct our daily business, but you can't teach people the right attitude and the true caring about others and themselves in order to generate that good feel in our customers.
Yeah, what do you do to help make sure you're hiring the best people in that vein? Because I've been to your offices, I've met your people, and I saw an unusually high level of interest both in one another. There's like a team mentality among your employees. And then the way they talk about their customers is extremely compassionate and even passionate, if you will, about their care. How do you make sure you bring those kind of employees to your clients?
First of all, we interview many individuals to fill one position. That's our starting point. We reach out to great universities in the state of Texas and other sources as well. When we invite someone in for an interview, it's not an interview. It's an actual culturalization type of process that we go through. We do panel sessions. We encourage people to walk down the hallways and shake hands with the current talent that we have on board, get them to feel comfortable. It's one thing to look at qualifications on paper, and it's another to read through that person's mind when you're talking to them. Again, we look for triggers, emotional triggers. We look for the loyalty. We look for the honesty behind these words on the paper. And we don't get it right all the time, but we've had great batting averages so far.
Yeah, I can tell that. And what I also like is that even though it's obviously plenty of people there to get the job done, it's not overly bureaucratic, and you didn't choose the most expensive real estate. It's like I see a lot of sound cost-cutting, cost sensibility that I am assuming what part of that's designed to make sure that the customer has the best bottom line.
That certainly plays a factor into providing the most competitive price to our customers. But again, it's a cultural issue. We want people to walk around these hallways and be in their offices and be comfortable. We want people to be able to draw on the walls. And we encourage behaviors such as that. We encourage people flying paper kites in the office. But again, keeping in mind...
My grandson would love to work for you, by the way. Quit! Get the crayons away from him!
Anytime. But we don't lose sight and focus of the real thing that we're there for. It's to take care of customers, to do what's right for the company and its stakeholders, and eventually things will work themselves out.
Yeah. Do want to make it very easy for people to explore having Brilliant Energy as their electric provider. Over at priceofbusiness.com, you'll see a link there for Brilliant Energy, and we've arranged for you to be able to get a gift card if you end up a $50 value if you sign up with Brilliant Energy. I encourage you to do it. Great decision I made. Glad I did it, and always glad to be able to pick your brain, because not only are you providing great service that's so needed to so many people, I consider you a thought leader when it comes to helping customers, which I think is so needed among C-level executives today. So I appreciate having you as a resource.
I appreciate you having me. Again, there's no magic to the formula. It's caring for people and caring about their needs.
Richard Wakim, he's awesome. BrilliantEnergy.com. But again, you can go there, but I'd love you to go through priceofbusiness.com and click the obvious Brilliant Energy link there on the right, and we give you a gift card in that process as well. Our friends here at Brilliant Energy Wealth. Good to see you, Richard.
Likewise. Thank you.
All right, when we come back, much more for you. I do want to remind you the show continues 24/7 at priceofbusiness.com. While there, like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter, and this is The Price of Business.